Gang. Let's try. Chef.
Yeah. Dream. Yo, can you hear me? Here we go.
Hear me?
Here we go with the nonsense. All right, there we go. Yeah, I got you now. I was about to say, here we go with the nonsense.
What's up, Lee?
What's good, King?
Yeah.
Lee Jordan. Lee.
The real
Is this Lee who I think it is? From back in the day? That is.
What, like Syracuse days or like Navy days?
Lee, what's good, man? Them? Yeah.
Oh, okay, like
Syracuse.
early.
Lee from Syracuse. Yeah, like fucking late high school. Yup, that's Lee. What's good, brethren? My G Thomas was good,
up,
man. I hope my view ain't distracting.
Nah,
I hope my view ain't distracting, bro. As you see, man, them got the super duper upgrade. You know, it don't look like Star Wars. It is. I got my I got my lightsaber right there. You know, because a nigga a whole Sith Lord now. You know?
Word? You a Sith Lord?
But yeah, look. I give you a quick little, you know,
little peek.
A quick little, you know what I'm saying, quick little.
Yeah, man. I love the upgrade.
Hey,
Chef is lit.
Yeah, man. You gonna have to pull up, bro.
Yeah, I don't care.
You gonna have to pull up, bro.
Hour away from coming.
You gonna have to pull up. Hey, I mean, shit, nigga. You know you gonna eat good.
Don't send me with a good time.
You know you're gonna.
Don't send me with a good time. I'm still thinking about that beef Wellington.
So, you know your boy gonna take care of you.
I was like, goodness gracious, that looked delicious, bro.
Oh, bro, don't worry, bro. I'll take care of that for you, bro. I mean, that shit ain't cheap. It ain't cheap, but I don't care, bro.
Dinner session.
It ain't cheap, but I don't care, bro. Like for my niggas, I do what I gotta do.
Chef dinner session.
Yeah.
Everybody check out my boy. Mel Hefe Blizzard out now. Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Appreciate that, bro. It's been a minute since we came up live, you know.
Right.
Niggas get busy. Yeah, a month of Sundays, bro.
Yeah.
Shit be happening, bro. You know, it be lifing, bro. I mean, my boy been busy. I know you've been busy. So, but you know, we had to take some time to, you know, get back to the people and talk about what's going on in this crazy ass world that we live in. What a time to be alive, huh?
It's crazy.
What a time to be alive.
You watching any of the playoff games?
It is.
No? Lakers beat the Timberwolves.
I mean, I haven't watched any, but I mean, just like I said, I'll be too busy in my own world, man. Like sometimes, well, not even sometimes, a lot of the times, bro, I'll be having to lock in and shut down everything that's not going. Plus, man, I mean, these past couple months, you know, shit been kind of nuts around here with the move. I mean, I got, you know, I'm not gonna talk too much about what I'm doing, but the company that I'm working with, like we just launched, so like shit is
catering
crazy.
Parties already. Like it's big.
Shit is crazy. Oh yeah. Oh we'll talk more about that on camera, but
shout out to
yeah. I'm trying to we're trying to make movies out here, you know. So, but so yeah, man. Let's get into it. First and foremost, no, but look, we got another fucking mass shooting.
Louisville, right?
Yesterday. Yeah, Louisville, and this is what maybe less than 2 weeks after
Like
school
the
shooting
Tennessee one.
in
Yeah,
Tennessee.
I
Yeah, yeah. I
I
mean,
really was so
go ahead, go ahead.
surprised. I remember I thought like Sandy Hook. I thought Sandy Hook was gonna be the thing that changed everything. Like when them babies got shot, I was like, okay.
I need to
As
understand
far
what
as
you
like
mean by change
gun laws are
everything.
concerned, I thought that like it was a
Okay.
bipartisan issue that like nobody would be like not on board with um changing how America does gun control. And then
Okay.
after that, and seeing like, oh, these niggas don't care about these babies. They're just doing the thoughts and prayers thing. Right after that, like shortly after that was what's the high school? Um, it's the one with the kids that starts with a P, but like they
Not the
no
one that's down here.
this was a couple years ago though, but they
All right. So look, you said a couple years ago. Cool. Keep talking. Keep
yeah,
talking
because
because we
the
gonna
the
we gonna
fact
get there.
that like this keeps happening is just it's ridiculous. I remember when I was a kid, and learning about like Columbine, but it was
See, that was
yeah,
that was the for me that was
but
the
I
first
was
one. For me, that was the first one, and like after
right
that, you didn't hear much about it. You didn't like after that, you didn't hear much.
after
School
Columbine.
shootings,
I didn't hear
mass
anything
shootings.
until the Virginia Tech shooting, um,
Yes,
07.
yes, and that was fucking
Yeah, so like
yeah,
these
yeah.
incidents, I
See,
feel like
see,
just
look,
like
I'm
are shorter and shorter as far as time is concerned. Because
yeah,
like honestly, our generation, I didn't have to worry about like school shooting drills or anything like that. These kids today, I'm assuming your daughter probably has already experienced like, okay, this is what we got to do, whatever, whatever. Like,
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. As far as these school shooting drills, I'm gonna go Dave Chappelle. I think that shit is
because the
stupid.
person who could be doing the
I,
shooting is going to be there.
I think it's
Yeah.
fucking dumb as fuck. Like on so many occasions, like first and foremost, it's dumb that we even have to even talk about a mass shooting
Yeah.
drill. Like niggas is doing it at work
Oh,
and shit too.
Parkland was the place I
But
was talking about.
but again, like Dave
Yeah.
Chappelle's like yeah, Parkland, I got you. But like Dave Chappelle said, so the y'all doing these
Right.
drills while the nigga is in there taking notes.
It's
Does that make sense to you?
it's frustrating.
It makes absolute zero sense.
Yeah. The
Like it's nonsensical.
the fact that they
Now,
now have like they're
go ahead.
talking about prototypes for like teachers having like whiteboards that are bulletproof. Like that's ridiculous. Like yeah,
That's
like
fucking nuts, bro. That's fucking nuts, yo. And like, but I mean, yo, it's so many different
mm,
extremes that you could go. Like, the reality is this:
hmm
for in my eyes, it don't matter what laws is put in place. Like, the
mm,
issue is prevention, right? The issue is really prevention. It's not even about gun control or taking everybody's guns and shit. Like the issue is gun violence, period, right? And it's just nuts to me, especially for somebody, first of
right.
all, like I'm ex-military. I can get whatever fucking gun I want, right? I can get whatever gun I want, but the point is this. I'm I'm trained. I'm trained with these weapons. I know how to properly use them. And at the end of the day, like you can go down the line with all of these things, right? I'm not a criminal. Like I'll pass any background check, all of that. Walk out the
hmm
stores with whatever guns I want, right? But what's stopping me from just going off the wall one day?
mm,
Absolutely nothing. And like so, when people talk about gun control and gun laws and stuff like that. Like, yo, I get it. I understand people's concern, and like I'm equally as concerned. But even the most, the most law-abiding gun owning citizen could go off the fucking wall one day. You ever seen that movie with Michael Douglas
That's
falling down?
that's the one where he's like just a regular he's just a
Nigga just
regular person,
the nigga
and
just
then he just snaps. Yeah.
regular, and he just fucking snaps and like so. So that's like when I think about that, it's like, yo, like no gun law, no laws is gonna prevent that from happening. That's just
I
a
mean, but
fact.
even in falling down, like Mans has a automatic weapon like that he's toting around throughout that whole movie. So like gun laws would prevent something like that. But I do understand what you're saying.
Yeah, it will
Right.
prevent him from having that weapon, but it's not going to
No,
prevent
I
him
hear you.
from going off the
But I
wall,
do
bro. Yo, niggas, like a
right.
gun is a tool, bro. It's a tool. Just like, yo, my nigga, like I could walk up in it, I could run around with a
Yeah.
actual hammer. I'm not talking about a gun. I could walk around with a hammer and just start clocking niggas in the fucking
Yeah.
head just because I lost it, bro. Oh, like, yeah, like niggas gonna start outlawing hammers now? Like that, like that's kind of the issue. That's really the issue for me. The issue is mental health. The issue is poor
Mm.
lack of gun education. And like realistically, like I'm pro 2A, right? But like I have gray area. I leave room for gray area. My point is this. This is fucking America, Jack. Y'all gave us the freedom, and the reality is, you know, under like true under the true values and ideologies and ideas of America and the Constitution, like real talk, like niggas will be hard pressed to actually come and try to go against the Constitution when it comes to the government versus American citizens, right? So I'm looking at it this way. Boom, y'all got the Second Amendment, right? You can go get a gun, Thomas. You could go get a gun right now. You could go get whatever gun you want. You know
Mm.
what I feel like the real problem is? The problem is that
Mm.
I can go get a gun, I can go get a background check, go get my gun, and then just come home. Like I feel like there should be like mandatory, like if you are a gun owner or if you want to own a gun, if you want to buy a gun, I feel like, yo, it should be government mandated that, hey, you have to go take a class, you have to go do this, you have to go do that. Like I feel like those are the things I feel like
Right.
those are the things that need to
Like
be put in
niggas
place.
can't just get buy a car and then just go home.
Just
Like
taking
that's
guns
not a
away.
thing. And so you have to.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You can't go to the fucking dealership. You can't go to the
They won't
dealership
let
and buy
you
a car and then
out the
drive
lot
off with it.
without
You gotta have a
insurance.
license. You gotta have no, exactly. You gotta have a license. You gotta have insurance. Another thing, what else? In some states, you
Driving
can't,
test.
like I was in New York. I got my license in New York, like I got my driver's license there. I had to go to driver's ed in order to even like get my
Yeah.
driver's permit. I had to go to driver's ed. That's a law. And, oh, and I had to pay for it. So my point is this, like, y'all niggas let everybody have a driver's license, right? Anybody could get a driver's license, right? Anybody could get a fucking gun license, right? But the issue is I can't fucking get my license in the state of New York without taking
Right.
a driver's ed class, bro. Taking a
Yeah.
defensive driving course.
Yep.
Like they teach you about all of these things before you even get your learner's permit to be able to fucking get behind the wheel of a car with a
Right.
licensed driver. So why are we not taking these same precautions when it comes to the Second
I'm
Amendment?
with you.
That's what my issue is. And I think that's what the issue is across the board, because we can't just take niggas guns away or just say nigga this and that and third, because Chicago got the most strictest gun laws in the country, but these niggas still walking around with guns. So, you know, I think the big focus has to be on the education
Right.
of these weapons, the education of these tools. You know, the focus also needs to be on mental health. Because I'm telling you right now, it don't matter what the fuck you got going on in your life, yo. Like if you want to grab a gun and just go shoot up some random innocent shit, it's clearly something wrong with you.
Yeah.
Clearly. You know, even if you go get a pistol, right? If you go buy a pistol, if you try to go buy a pistol right now, first and foremost, which I'm okay with this. I think this is the right thing. So you got to go. You order your shit, whether you buy it online or buy it from the store, right? You gotta wait 3 days in order to even come back and get the shit. I'm okay with that. Because one two things my best friend always says this shit, and I'm like, yo, that shit is true. If it's 3 days for a proper background check, and guess what? Imagine walking into the store mad as fuck, going to get a gun, right? So now you gotta wait 3 days so you can cool the fuck down. You know, like I'm okay with that. That makes sense, right? Because the reality is, my boy said this shit straight up. He was like, "Yo, especially when it comes to a pistol, a rifle, you could get a rifle because rifles are for you to protect your home. Like that's what the whole shit was about anyway. But the nigga said, yo, if you need the gun right now, then you might need to call the police. Like if you need it right now, then you might just need to go call the police. So, you know, I'm okay with all of that shit, but what I'm not okay with is the fact that you, I, fucking Jimmy, Johnny, Tommy, whoever the fuck, Jenny, could go walk in the store, pass a background check, buy a gun, 3 days later come back and get my gun, and then just fucking go home with the shit, and that's that. That's I don't get it.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
It's tough because like the most recent, from my understanding, one's a woman who used to be a teacher there at that school, and they were saying like, oh yeah, no, you know that the same story where they're like, we had no idea, like, in the same thing where the bank employee, the former bank employee in Louisville, they were saying like he didn't have a record, like he didn't have any trouble that people could highlight. So people are so like dumbfounded, like how could this happen, whatever. And like with that, you can pass a background check if this act, right, will be like your first offense. Like you can't preemptively know, like, but I feel like mental.
Yeah, that's my point. Because if you don't pass a background check, they're not gonna give you the gun. They're not gonna give you the gun. Like that's something that they have to check through the government, through the state government, through the federal government. That is the shit where I'm like, yo, I'm okay with that. But what nobody can account for is like, up here. Nobody can account for that.
Is again those barriers. I feel like certain guns just shouldn't be allowed for public consumption. I feel like an AR-15, like semi-automatic guns, I don't feel like those are necessary. I feel, because like even with a handgun, you know what I'm saying? Like I saw a video of Vlad talking to Killer Mike about a rapper being shot, and there was so many shells on the ground, and Vlad like automatically assumed like, oh, it's probably with an automatic weapon, right? He was like, no.
Nah, niggas was busting out.
Like I just watched the documentary. Tropical Ross came out with like almost 4 hours of a documentary on King Von, and there was one incident where when FBG Duck got murdered, they shot him 38 times, and it wasn't the automatic, it was like with regular guns. But that's right. And so like I feel like as far as guns are concerned, I feel like a background check should happen. I feel like you should go through like a mental
That's
evaluation, like to see where your mental's at. I feel like
yeah.
a a like a
A
yes,
mandatory course should be taken.
education,
A mandatory weapons training,
and
educational
I also
weapon training course
feel
should
like
be taken. And like
the
the crazy thing is,
um
go ahead.
like references. I feel like somebody should be able to uh, talk about your character. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah.
Yeah, 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 and I don't got no problem with that. But like, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you this right now, like as far
Mm.
as the home front goes, as far as like protecting your home goes, I don't think nobody should be telling you you can't have one hold up in the crib, yo. Like y'all got me fucked up. Y'all got me fucked up because again, that's why the law was created. Because back in the days, even like honestly, it was to protect
The
yourself
government, right? They
from the
say like a
fucking government.
well-run
Because
militia, and
yeah,
like obviously we don't have a militia anymore. So like, go ahead.
no, we don't. But my point is this: like like even during we can go to the earliest during the revolutionary days, all of that shit. Like the military
Right.
could commandeer your home,
They could literally just be like,
and
"Hey, yo,
if they
Playboy,
commandeer
this is
you,
ours now."
yeah, yeah, and then they could be like, oh, you got a wife? Oh, that's mine too. Or you got this? That's mine too.
Niggas
Like that
was
shit
Mr.
dead.
Me Too early.
So yeah, yeah, yeah. It would have been, hey, Mr. Me Too. Let's go. Thinking you going, I'm going too. What's
Yeah.
up? You know? So I like, yeah, I get it. You know, but at the same time, we've seen where even that law gets flipped because there was a case
Mm.
in Michigan a few years back where uh, a law-abiding gun owner. I'm not even, funny shit. When I speak about certain things,
Right.
I leave certain stuff out because I gotta stick to the facts. A law-abiding, gun
Mm-hmm.
owning American citizen called the police because somebody tried
Right.
to break into his home. Right now, police protocol, okay? And I mean, I know police protocol. I ain't no fucking cop, but if 12 show up to your house, they supposed to
Yep.
knock on the fucking door and address themselves, right? Well, that wasn't done. What happened was, nigga is already paranoid, held up in his crib, and already called 12 and said somebody was trying to break in the house. Them
They break
hears some
in.
noise by the window. Man them cocked the
Oh my
shotgun,
gosh.
dump the shot out the window, which is probably
Right.
what anybody would have done if they
They already
knew
on
somebody was breaking
12.
into their house,
Yeah.
right? Well, guess what? Nigga shot the cop.
Oh my
It
God.
was a cop outside of his window. Cops
Yeah.
searching around the house and shit, got shot. That man got sentenced to 10 years in prison for firing his weapon and shooting a police
Yeah.
officer. And I'm like, I think that's bullshit.
Because we have
So
instances
even
where I forgot what his name is, but he was like a um somebody who was like a leader in the church and like led the choir and all that.
uh-huh.
And this police officer, she mistakenly thinks, oh, um, like this is my house, and so she wrongly goes into this person's house and then sees the man and shoots him, and he's dead. Yeah,
Talking about
like
Dallas?
there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
Oh,
know, but
bro,
I'm
we
just
talked
saying, like
about
there
that.
are
We
instances.
talked about, bro, because like
Yeah,
I was yeah.
it's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous, and again, that's not take motherfuckers guns away instant.
I
That's
mean,
a
take that
educational
person's
that's
gun
an
away. I'll
educational
say
point
that.
right there. Like, yeah, absolutely, yeah,
I
absolutely. I
also
mean, take the gun,
feel
take the
like
badge,
there's
take
um, domestic violence situations where like they say that a man is more likely to kill their significant other if there's like a um, domestic dispute like on file. or like just in general, but especially on file. Like I feel like there are certain
Yeah.
people that just shouldn't have guns, and like
Oh,
honestly,
oh yeah.
go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah. See, all right, see, and I actually like that you said that. No,
Right.
I'm just acknowledging what you said. There are certain people that should not have guns. That don't mean
Mm,
nobody should have guns. You know, and that's where we seem to stray away from in a lot of
yeah.
these issues. Because like I said at the beginning, that shit is a
Like
tool. But go ahead, keep
I
spinning,
mean,
bro.
if we really want to get into it, like cops, there's a there's a statistic. I'm gonna actually try and see if I can reference it. Um,
Uh-huh.
all right, here we go. From the Atlantic, it says, as the National Center for
Okay.
Women in Policing noted in a heavily footnoted information sheet, I'm reading this verbatim. Two studies have found that at
Go
least
ahead.
40% of police officer families experience domestic violence, in contrast to 10% of families in the general population. That's almost half. And these are people that we're
Yeah.
arming with weapons, and not just weapons, but
Yeah.
military grade weapons and
But we
tanks,
giving them
and
bad.
they got gangs
Yo,
and initiations and all that stuff.
yeah, and keep it going, keep it going. Not only are we giving them weapons, these are the people
Right.
that are supposed to be upholding the law,
Yeah.
enforcing the
And
law.
they got that thin blue line where if you speak out,
Yeah,
they run like the mob, bro. Like it's on some like if you say
uh,
something, you
if you speak out, I like that.
you don't
Yeah,
get protection.
and
Like
I like that. I like that because now, like, if you speak out, because now we can go into um the shooting from a couple weeks ago before we
the
loop
one
back
with the
around to
former
this one.
teacher.
If you speak out, no, the shit that happened in Nashville with the
Oh,
legislators being
that was
expelled.
ridiculous, bro. Like,
Uh, um, it was ridiculous,
yeah, go ahead.
but I gotta throw some butts in there. I have to. The expulsion, yes, absolutely. I do think it was ridiculous, but and this is a big part of what I wanted to speak about today. I can't remember
There's
I can't remember
Justin
their
Jones,
names. Um,
and then
Justin Jones
they both
and
start with J. One second. Justin Jones and Justin Peterson.
yes, I think Justin
Pearson, I
Peterson was
misspoke.
on the Breakfast Club yesterday. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
he's the
he
one with
was on
the
the
afro.
Breakfast Club yesterday. Yeah, and he talked about speaking out, right? Because I listened to the whole interview yesterday and I found it very interesting. I liked what I heard, and obviously there was some shit where I was like, all right, my nigga, like, come on, we not about to do this.
That's
You know what I
you
mean?
though. Like
Because
regardless
you
if you
already know
agree or
me.
disagree, you're gonna give
No,
somebody a chance to speak.
no. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I don't care who it is because I have this knack to understand where people coming from
Right.
because I want to be understood. Everybody does. I could sit across the room from somebody that's on the completely opposite side of me because I'm not a bitch ass nigga. I feel like if you can't do that, you just a bitch, a whole bitch, and like for real, like like I my nigga, I think it's weird for somebody to just openly spew out their ideologies, their beliefs, the things that offend them, and all of that shit. I think it's weird for you to be able to openly spew that shit out and then not shut the fuck up
Mm,
and open your ears
yeah.
afterwards. I think that's weird. That's fucking weird, yo. And it's not even the point is this. It's not even that I don't believe you should be speaking. It makes it hard for anybody to even want to try to understand and
Right.
validate anything you're talking about because you can go from, oh, I believe this, I believe that, you're this, you're that, you're this, you're that, and then when it's my turn to talk, oh, I don't want to hear you speak because you believe this or because you believe, and I'm just like, huh? So,
Mm,
but I gotta listen to you though, right? So, he spoke about speaking out, and first and foremost, I'm not even gonna say first and foremost, but he went into saying, "Hey, I believe we got expelled." And I like how he spoke. He said, "I believe we got expelled, not because of what we did, but because of what we were speaking about,
right,
and who we were speaking out against." He didn't say, "Oh, we got mistreated because we was black." He didn't say none of that
right.
shit. He didn't try to play the fucking victim or none of that shit. And he held fast to what the issue was on why they were there protesting in the first place and why he believed that they got expelled. And I was like, you know what? I can respect that, because at the end of the day, yo, they took accountability, because first and foremost, they were going into they stormed the courthouse, or they stormed the Capitol building, or whatever. And I'm like, hey, when niggas did it on January 6th, that was insurrection. So how is it not the same thing? Is it not the same thing because you believe in the issues that they're speaking about? Or is insurrection just, is it just fucking secluded to when it's niggas that's marching up on the goddamn the national fucking Capitol because they speaking about some shit
I
that
look at
you
it
don't
as the
necessarily
same
agree with,
thing as when the Black
and
Panthers went up to Congress in California, where even though they were armed, it was a peaceful protest. Same thing
go
with
ahead.
the Justins, it was a peaceful protest.
Yeah.
January 6th was famously not a peaceful protest, so I feel like that's the difference.
But no, you're right. But they ran up in there. They was grabbing bullhorns and yelling and screaming and shit. They did that on January 6th. That was insurrection.
I mean,
let's keep
I'm
the same energy.
There's the distinction is the violent aspect. That's what I'm saying.
No, absolutely, yeah. No, I got you. And my thing is, well, insurrection is insurrection. So whether it was violent or this and that and third, y'all niggas ran up in the courthouse forcefully, grabbing bullhorns, yelling and screaming and shit. They did the same thing January 6th. They did a whole lot of other dumb shit.
I just looked it up. Insurrection.
Call a spade a spade.
It is a violent uprising against an authority or government. So, like, again, that keyword is violent. Like, interrupting.
Yeah, violent. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. I'm not disagreeing with that.
The Justins and the Black Panthers definitely interrupted. They disrupted. I agree with that. I just won't go as far as
they disrupted. Yeah, they disrupted. Yeah. I will go as far as insurrection because of what they were suspended for and why they say they was suspended. And I'm like, well, aside from, busting down windows and breaking open doors and shit like that, the same shit went on. Like running up in a courthouse and disrupting that shit. There's nothing peaceful
violent about that though.
Like there's nothing. You right? But there's nothing peaceful about it. I'm gonna tell you right now, my nigga. If I'm running up in your shit, no matter what I'm talking about, you won't think I'm coming in there for peace. If I'm forcing myself up in your shit, I'm not coming in there for. You wouldn't think I'm coming in there for peace. Just like if I show up to a peaceful protest with a gun, well, I mean, it's a peaceful protest, but I got a gun. Like you're not gonna think I'm looking for peace. That's the point I'm making. So, but he said, look, they suspended us and they brought up what we did to justify why they suspended us. So, court of law, they were justified in suspending them. Do I think it was bullshit that they got suspended? Yeah, because I don't think that's why they got suspended. Like he said, we got suspended for who we were speaking out against. And I don't disagree with that because, he brought up the point to say, hey, we speaking out openly against the NRA in Tennessee, where, the NRA is some of their biggest donors and this and that and the third. So I'm like, yo, you know what? Yeah, and money talk, and I get that. But like the biggest thing I took away from that interview was no matter what went down, no matter what questions was asked, he stayed fast on what his stance was on what they was fighting against, and he openly said, yo, I'm not against the Second Amendment. He was like, I'm for common sense gun control. i.e. the shit that I brought up
Classes,
earlier.
learning,
You know, and yeah,
barriers, right?
mandatory, bro, mandatory. And then like, you know, uh bring up the point of like, you think about some places in these countries, some of these fucking backward ass parts of this country where these niggas, these little babies, like they growing up knowing about weapons, knowing how to properly
How to
use
clean
them,
them,
being
all
properly
that
trained
stuff.
on them. So if how to clean them, so if you can mold that into a child, right, and this child can grow up and still, and this child, yo, there's children that have better gun control, better gun
I
education
know.
than niggas that own guns. And and that was instilled in them by their parents. I don't find nothing wrong with that. Like a child with a gun, I do have a problem with that, but at the end of the day, like it's your kid. You know what I mean? It's your kid, because I'm not about to sit here and lie and say that I'm not gonna teach my
I
child
mean, I feel
about
like
weapons.
there's a
But
difference
there's a
between
reason why.
teaching somebody about a
So that
weapon, and I've
yeah.
seen people online, TikToks and Facebooks and all that, where these kids are holding weapons, like they are using weapons, and I feel like that's a problem. I feel like the age limit um, needs to be enforced, especially what's up, Ramilion? Especially like in
Ramel, what
in that
up?
context, like I just like uh, kids can't like drive. I'm not gonna put my kid behind the wheel of a car. Just like I don't feel like somebody should put a gun in their hands, regardless if it's empty. Like I just feel like, sure, I
Yeah,
feel like kids shouldn't be afraid of guns if it's in a house. I agree with that, but I do feel like there should be a healthy
yeah.
respect for it, and yeah, that's what I'll say.
No, absolutely, absolutely. Because like I look at it like this, yo. I'm keeping it real, bro. I don't give a fuck what nobody got to say about it. Like, like, because everybody got their views, and I look at it this way. Like, if my child needs to use a gun, that means I gave it to them so that they can protect themselves.
Yeah,
Like that's it. Like I'm not like yeah, there's fucking crazy ass scenarios like, oh, what
right.
if a nigga got
Yeah,
you at gunpoint in your living room, and your daughter's in the back, you
yeah,
want her to know where the gun is? No, like no, nigga, I want her to stay
right.
her fucking ass
Yeah,
in the back. That's what I
she ain't
want.
John Wick.
You know what I mean? So like yeah, exactly. Like it's not her job to save mommy and
Right.
daddy. It's mommy and daddy's job to save her. You know? But, you know, at the same time, if some shit is
Oh,
if
snap.
it's some bullshit going
Oh,
on,
heck no. Hold on.
put a fake gun in your face. Yeah, like that shit ain't
At
funny. That
all.
shit ain't cute.
Like that.
Yeah, no, that shit ain't cute. Like going back into what I was saying, like there's crazy scenarios, but my thing is this, like if a situation arises to where I have to give my child a gun, then yes, I want her to be I want her to be able I want her to be able to use the gun. I want her to be, I
Right.
don't want her to be afraid of it. You know what I mean? Because of the
Mm-hmm.
instance where I had to give her one. Not instance of, hey, my daughter know where my gun at, and if she ever need to go get it, she could go get it. Like, nah, get the
Right.
fuck out of here. I think that's dumb.
Yeah, that's
You
crazy.
know, that's fucking
What's
stupid.
up, Malik?
And look, hey, look, that shit. And Malik, what up? And look,
Yeah.
bro, I'm raising a little girl, right? So for me, like that shit is non-negotiable. Like, and because
Mm.
it's a non-negotiable for me, like I'm I'm making it my business to make it a family thing, to where my family actually is getting this training. My family is actually like, we doing this shit together, because hey, I'm raising a girl, and I don't want her to grow up being a fucking victim. And at the same time, like just being a parent, period. Oh, but like I truly won't believe that my child, I truly do not believe that my child is protected
Mm.
if I'm not around. Like I don't believe that. I don't give a fuck who she with. Like if I'm not there, I don't believe she's safe. And so for me, like there's gonna come a there's a point in time where she got to get the fuck up out of here. So for me, if my daughter can't handle, if she can't handle a pistol, if she can't
Yeah.
defend herself physically, like that's a non-negotiable for me, because that's the only way for me as a parent that I'm gonna feel like she's safe when I'm
Right.
not around, because I know she can take care of herself. Because I know she can protect herself. So for me, like in that instance, when I'm looking at it, then yes, like self-defense is a non-negotiable. Weapons education and weapons training is a non-negotiable for two reasons. One, like I said, I need to know that she's safe when I'm not around. Two, it is her right as an American citizen. And because of that, I feel like every single American should exercise their Second Amendment right. I do feel
I mean,
I feel that way. Like, but at
right.
the same
I told you
time,
why
that's up to you.
no, I agree. You said a healthy relationship between children and firearms is called respect for weapons. Learning gun safety should be common knowledge. I understand that, yeah.
Absolutely,
Because
absolutely,
people don't have trigger
absolutely.
discipline. Like, and
No,
that's
they don't.
some people don't even know, like, even if you take a clip out, there's still one lodge. You know what I'm saying? Like, that can be, right,
It's
that could be
still one
the
in the
difference between
fucking
life and
hat, man.
death from somebody. And
Yes,
I told you what's up with
yeah,
me. Like, I personally, I do believe that we have the right to defend ourselves. Um, you know, I'm a fan of the Black Panthers, and they were armed. But just for me personally, I know that that's not something I'd be interested in. Like, but
absolutely. But see, look,
no,
that's
I
a
know.
person and that's a personal decision of yours. But you have the common knowledge and the common respect to say, yo, you know what? I got my fucking views. This is how I feel. But hey,
Yeah. So
I get it.
yeah, I think we're on the same page as far as there needs to be um, things that are required before you're just able to. He said that's a human right.
Malik said, nah, that's a human right. You know what? To a very big extent, I agree with that. I agree with that.
That's
But
yeah.
like real talk, like nigga, we not in the wild wild west no more, but we kind of is, because like niggas was talking about extremes, like, oh,
I'm not
arm
with
the
that.
teachers
Heck
and
no,
arm this and arm that, and I'm like,
no.
hold up now. But like somebody brought up a
Mm,
perspective that I didn't think about, and I brought up one that they wasn't thinking about, and like it kind of canceled each other out. It was, hey, arm the teachers, and I'm like, dang, that's kind of fucking weird, you know. But then he goes off and says, really think
right.
about this. I mean, if a nigga crazy, he crazy, right? But hey, Thomas, let's just say you go to Walmart, right? And every nigga in there got a gun. You really think some crazy nigga gonna come in there and try some
Right.
shit? I mean, if he crazy, he
Yeah.
crazy. He ready to go. He ready to go. I mean, that's what I'm saying. If he ready to go, he ready to go. But you have to look at a situation like Minnesota. I think last year,
Thought
where
it was
nigga
sweet.
ran up in the mall, thought shit was sweet, and a law-abiding gun owning citizen
Yep.
said, "Oh, nah, not today, nigga. Pop, you're out
Yeah.
of here." You know what I mean? Like, it's like, all right, well,
Yeah.
a whole lot more people could have got hurt that day. You know, and literally the craziest shit was, this nigga wasn't even supposed to have his shit in the mall, and the
Let that
mayor
ride.
was like, nah, fuck that, let that shit ride, and we're
Mm,
changing that law today. So like, it's so many instances where it's like,
right.
yo, you can go
I did
either
want
way,
to say, Malik, to your point.
you know.
Malcolm X has a quote where it says, "It is criminal to teach a man not to defend himself when he is a constant victim of brutal
Hell
attack.
yeah.
It is legal and lawful to own a shotgun or a rifle. We believe in obeying the law." Like he said,
Come on, that's my hero.
he heard an analogy
Yeah,
a long time ago. The reasons why we have locks
Greenwood Mall.
is to help keep people honest. But look how well that works out when thieves are home invasions. What were you saying?
Yeah, I know. And now, yeah, no, I got you.
Can you read the
I got you.
BDW one?
Cause I oh he said he was talking
Uh,
about the mall where the shooting happened in Indianapolis. He said he grew up there. He said he got kicked off the property 4 times, and then he said
yeah,
armed civilians save lives. Well, yeah, I mean we've seen it. We've seen
yeah.
it on numerous
I
occasions.
I remember there was a joke Chris Rock had, and he was talking about gun control, and he said he felt like
Uh,
everybody should have a gun. He just said that bullets should be $10,000. Like that was his
oh
whole
yeah,
thing, where he was.
yeah. That shit was funny though, but like I'm like, yo, he was like, yeah, like everybody should have a gun, but it
Right.
should cost a lot more money for bullets because niggas is going he said that then babies
Right.
and shit ain't gonna be getting shot
Exactly.
up
He
and shit because you
said,
got to pay
"Look,
for them
I
bullets.
would kill you right now, but I
And
gotta
yo,
get these bullets
as
off
extreme
Airway." Like it's
yeah, as extreme as that
there's
is,
no
that
yeah,
makes sense.
there's no innocent bystanders. Like
There's
that bullet has a name on it for real. Shout out Nipsey.
yeah, there's a lot of things
Yeah,
that make sense. You know what I mean? There's a lot of shit that makes sense. We know it
yeah.
makes sense. They know it makes
But
sense,
yeah, I
but
mean,
they're not gonna
even
do
with
that.
like uh, you had the Fruit of Islam with the Nation of Islam, but then you also had like deacons with guns. I believe that's a book, and it talked about how in the black churches,
Yeah.
like deacons literally would be armed because of the violence that they may face, like racial or otherwise. And yeah,
Hey, look, if a deacon was armed, that motherfucker wouldn't have ran up in that fucking church
it's
in South Carolina and did that
it's
dumb
so
shit.
terrible. Like rest in peace to the victims of Dylan Roof. It still makes me angry. Um, and yeah, I hear when people say like, "Oh, you need a good guy with a gun." Um, but yeah, you know how I feel. I just tend to go towards the if they weren't
No,
armed,
I know
then
how you
we
feel.
could have prevented that. But I would be disingenuous if I
I
didn't
mean,
say that there are gun owners who not only know what they're doing, but are um, potential lifesavers. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, but and again, like I said, yo, that nigga could have walked up in there with a hammer and just started clocking niggas on the fucking
I mean,
head.
but
You
that
gonna start taking
like
hammers away?
you get a
No.
situation like the UK where they did ban guns, and like
Yeah.
you don't get a situation with these mass shootings, uh, like le literally
Yeah, but you
a knife. It
but
takes.
gun violence
I'm not
ain't
saying
going
it's
low either though.
eradicated. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying
Yeah.
is, yeah,
And that's the issue, right?
right.
That's what I'm talking about, right? Because mass shooting or gunning somebody down in the street, gun violence is gun violence. It's the same fucking thing. You know what I mean? And like we don't have these. We niggas don't talk about banning guns when niggas get shot up in the street.
Yes, we do.
And you already no, bro. The conversation about banning guns and gun reform and all of that shit, it's not as blown out of
I
proportion as it is when
mean, I
there's
feel
a
like
mass
that's
shooting.
more directed attention versus the incremental changes that are
Absolutely,
happening.
absolutely. But you're making my point. You're making my point. Like if we treated this
Right.
shit the same across the board, you know, things probably would change
That's
or
why
would
I
have
do
changed
feel
already.
like,
You know
you
what I
know how
mean?
they have those cash for guns, uh, and I do
Yeah.
feel like I try to avoid police at every turn, but I do feel like those
Oh,
instances
me
where
too.
they'll say, "Hey, we're doing a drive where we're not going to ask any questions. If you drop off these guns, um, like that'll be that." and then also like the incentive. No, for real.
Come on, my
Like
nigga.
the incentives, like being okay. If you turn in these guns, then you can receive like cash back. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that's important. But then also you have to trust the cops. Like,
come on, man. You can't trust. You can't
you'd
trust
have to
Johnny Law.
you'd have to trust the
That's where I
cops.
was going.
Like,
That's why I said, come on, nigga. Like, that's why I said, come on, nigga. Come
wipe
on.
allegedly
Come on,
wipe
bro.
down your prints before you.
You think yeah. Nah, ain't no white down your prints, nothing. You walk up to a cop with a gun, you're getting shot, nigga. Like, fuck out of here. Look, gun! Bah! I was in fear for my life. Come on, nigga, don't play with me. Like, I'm not about to, like, yo, I'm gonna tell you right now, yo, you have my 1,000% disagreement on that. 1,000% disagreement. Like, I'm not even going, bro. Come on, bro. We just had a conversation about a cop walking in an apartment that wasn't hers and killing the motherfucker that lived there. No, we not going, bro. And this nigga was just eating ice cream, bro. Can you imagine walking up to a cop saying, "Hey, I want to turn in my..." Oh, you're dead, nigga.
Yeah.
That's it.
You know I'm not.
Yeah. What criminal was like, yeah, let me turn in this heater because, get the fuck out of here. Like, thank you, bro. Thomas, this is our first real, like, I'm not even about to entertain this shit. I'm gonna listen to you, but no, bro. No. Okay. You already said you don't fuck with the cops, bro. I don't, bro. Bro, let me tell you something. I drive properly on the road so I don't get pulled over, so I don't get shot, not so I don't get a ticket, nigga. Like, let's be for real now. Like, I'm not walking up to no cop, bro. Like, I'm good, bro.
Oh my gosh, that's.
And look at the disconnect between police and community. To where I just shut that whole thing down, bro.
Yeah.
But some kind of incentive, I get you, but not that one, bro. Stop.
I'm not.
Not that one.
I'm.
Not that one. I don't want that money that bad, bro.
I wouldn't.
Like, I'm not down bad.
But obviously, I know. That's why I said I try to limit my interactions with police. Like, I know Tamir Rice essentially got killed in a drive-by by police, and he had a BB gun. Like, Jordan,
this a baby.
I know, 12 years
with a toy, bro.
Who should have been alive.
Baby with a toy, bro. He ain't even like, they didn't even get out and say, hey, what's that right there you playing with? That man pulled up, hopped out.
Jordan Crawford III.
They should have just drove off.
In 2014, it's almost been 10 years. He was at Walmart. Yep.
Walmart.
With it was like one of those like fake guns. Like, it wasn't like a real gun. And they were.
But you want to know some? But you want some crazy shit? These niggas Walmart. Sell guns. Nigga, I could go to Walmart right now and get a shotty and come home with it. Bro. So.
Yeah,
it's nuts out here.
But yeah, all
it's
in all,
nuts out here,
everybody remember, keep your hands to yourself. That's on
wash your hands, keep your hands to yourself, and hey, if you want to walk around with a gun, if you
Rambo.
fucking practicing your Second Amendment right, do it the right way. Go
be informed.
Go take a fucking class, bro. Like, go get properly trained with the shit. And, like, again, yo, like, let's not stray away from the issue. The issue is common sense gun control and fucking mental health, bro. Mental health and education is the issue behind this. And I gotta throw some shit out there, bro. Like, I find it mildly odd that all of these mass shootings get fucking publicized and put on when it's an election year, bro. Like, I had to put that out there, bro, because No, no, ain't no don't do that because like shit was quiet for a little while until the last 3 weeks, bro. Until the last 3 weeks, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on, bro? What the fuck is going on? And it's kind of weird that like we're dealing with this shit in the midst of them trying to like really trying to take guns away from everybody and shit like that. You know what I mean? So it's just like I don't understand why we are not talking about what the real issue is, which I said, education.
This nigga really on his like conspiracy brothers. Listen here, my brother. Every time the moon is in solstice, I feel like the.
This my dude too. We gotta bring him on one of these. This is the dude I told you I'm always with, bro. Like me and him, we sit on different sides almost every time, but I love this man to death. Yeah. Yeah, so we gotta get him on one, but hey, respect, love, wash your hands, keep your hands to yourself. Mental health is key. Education is key. I think those are our biggest steps toward prevention. I'm like for real, because taking niggas guns away, like I said, they did the shit. They try to do that shit in Chicago. Niggas is getting popped every day, bro.
Tough.
So, mental health, education equals, for me, prevention, bro. Because, like I said, ain't nothing is stopping me from snapping, nigga. Nothing is stopping me from snapping right now.
No, obviously.
I'm not about to do that, though, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but, hey, man, great topic.
We back.
Great talk.
We back.
We're definitely gonna be doing a lot more of these. And you know,
gang.
we back, yo. We back. The corner's back, gang. Thank y'all for stopping by. Everybody that has some feedback or whatever, we gonna reach out to y'all. Chuck was popping my kicks. We'll reach out to y'all. Y'all reach out to us, yo. Anything y'all want us to speak on, anything y'all need us to speak on, y'all want to jump on the corner, DM us, yo.
Chuck,
DM us.
I'm literally about to upload
right?
this right now.
So,
you got it.
yeah, you got it. You got it.